Optimize changing pH values. This isn't too bad.
You should excuse him, Matt, because we just tested on it.
Right, still fresh.
Did you
We
do
know.
good?
We
Mhm.
did, we did.
That's really good.
Well,
That's
this will be good for
We
you
got 100
again.
on that, didn't we?
did so
totally
good.
together. Oh, we together. Yeah, together.
Well, let's see if we can do it
We could
individually.
assimilate each other again.
So chapter 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how a final should go.
Yeah, we all agree.
Okay.
All in favor?
He even agreed, he said, okay.
And I got it on tape.
It's
Huh?
a video.
Huh?
You
You
said,
guys think this is a
okay.
democracy?
You're like,
Hey, it's the
okay.
student government talking here.
That's right. Student government said.
This isn't the NLN.
No.
So here is a 7. Good with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
If you get
Oh,
it
yeah.
screwed up, you're gonna screw the whole thing up.
okay,
Just-
7.3,
Yeah, I remember the 7.
5,
7.45.
7.45.
Fine.
Okay, now this is our acceptable pH range.
Swear, wait. But it's never gonna stay like that, is it? Oh, no.
You guys had mushrooms earlier?
Yeah.
That's right, bud.
We gotta get it back
Yeah.
to piece of garbage.
That's right. Let's go have a free now. Yeah.
That's in that new Hobbit movie. There's a line in there, we're talking about this one wizard, he's like, he has a fondness of mushrooms. You know. I don't trust him. Okay, so here. We have problems
Uh-oh.
that will pull the pH this direction. Okay, so there are problems. Now let's go through a few problems. You guys should know some problems that will make your pH this.
Men, money, kids. Oh. Where are we?
So.
That's about the Abrams class.
Problems. COPD.
Hypo-
Hyperventilation.
Ventilation. All right, so if your respiratory system isn't moving enough air, if your trach ventilator is turned down to low,
Or your nurse lets it.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. If your lungs are full of liquid instead of air, right, that will make you,
Dry.
well,
Aquaman.
decrease hypo.
You remember Aquaman? Yeah. What was his name? Aquaman. No. The actor.
What if I ingest
And just.
acids?
Acids. Yeah.
There's acidic bugle.
Stay away.
What
from-
did you do? I took a dive.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that
It,
one.
it got caught in the bugle, then it was locked and it blew out.
Yeah. It's awful.
Ingest acids. Now, lose bases. How do you lose base out of the body? Which part of your digestive tract is like alkaline?
That's
It's
your
a small intestine.
Small intestine. Okay, from there, so when you lose these bases, that's either from
diarrhea.
diarrhea, which is the most common, or excessive vomiting. Now, that means you're vomiting the pancreatic juice. It's coming up. I haven't had that in a while, I'm glad.
Hang out with me for a few days.
Yeah, I should have brought the Lysol.
Put a recording bubble.
Yeah.
Curl the bubble.
So these are problems. Now, you can have other problems that will drag your pH this direction. So we have some problems that will make this happen.
Hyper.
Yeah, so hyperventilation. solution, that'll make it happen. We could ingest bases, could we? Alright, that's your Drano.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, clean and solutions, stay away from it.
Yeah. And then we could lose acids, right? Okay, now, how do you lose acid?
Oh,
Yeah, you vomit your gastric contents. So we call this gastric vomiting.
never stop. Rude.
Now, there are situations here that we didn't list, this is just basic. Okay. This is one you should probably take with you through all your other classes. Tell me what happens to a diabetic when their sugars are getting excessively high and they're not really using their insulin. They're gonna start metabolizing fats. And when you do that, you make something called a
Ketone?
ketone. Now, which way will ketones pull you, to the left or to the right?
Acid.
So we're gonna put that down here, ketones. Now, these problems happen. I wanna know how your body fixes it. You have 3 chemical buffers that come in pairs.
Okay.
Oh, these 3 chemical buffers. Now, this pair is called the bicarbonate buffer pair. So this is the bicarbonate buffer. You also have something called a protein buffer, and there's another one called the phosphate buffer pair. So you have pairs, like bookends. Now on this end, for bicarbonate, this
HCO.
that will help you to mop up excessive acids. This one, H2CO3, will actually release the hydrogen in presence of excessive bases. Okay,
So if you get a base that goes into your system, it's gonna release the H, okay, see, I was doing it like totally backwards, I was thinking if it has a base,
Yeah.
it's gonna do the acid, which is the HCO3.
no,
So all
that
this.
hydrogen,
I kept flipping them.
yeah, the base is released, the hydrogen will be released to combine with it, actually form a water, hold it back here.
Yeah, I think it takes till after the test.
Okay.
Mm,
Well, here's your chance to shine, right? Okay, now you know.
It's great.
Now, protein, we actually have this thing called the carboxyl group. That will help you with that sort of problem. And then you have this nitrate that will help you with the other. Nitrate. Now, phosphates are a little different. You have monohydrogen phosphate, see this one, that will absorb a hydrogen, pull you back. And then you have this dihydrogen phosphate, take you the other way. It releases the hydrogen. So these are your chemical buffers in green. How long does it take for these to react, Meriwether? How long before they do their thing? Immediately. And then after they're used, consumed, right? Because you can use them up, that's the thing, they're great, it's like you use them up, now we need not a chemical buffer, we need a physiologic buffer, something that will
Even now.
Respiratory, isn't it?
Yeah, it's respiratory. Now, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Okay, let's say we got a spill, right? You can get paper towel, sucks it up right away. All right, or we could switch more to kind of like a like a pail, right? So you can bail water. You can fill it up and then empty it out, and then keep using this. Now you can actually do that at a different rate. So if these acids are coming in here at a certain rate, all I gotta do is just get rid of them, throw them out of the body. And this is where the respiratory system is really handy. So with the respiratory system, I can influence the pH by just breathing. Now, I got a problem. My pH is over here. We never even named these problems. What are these problems called here? Since I'm on this side of my normal range, these are called acidosis problems. I need my lungs to help me with my acidosis. So what am I going to ask them to do? Blow off. Okay, so we're going to say blow off CO2. What's another way of saying that?
Ventilate.
Okay, increase ventilation. So we're going to recruit those other muscles. We're going to change the volume of the chest. We're going to make you empty out the air in your chest faster. That will bring it back in the range. If I'm having this sort of problem, what are this whole group of problems called?
Alkalosis.
Alkalosis problems. Well, I need my lungs to do something here.
Fall into it.
Okay, so we're gonna ask them to say retain CO2, so we're going to slow ventilation. Can you just stop breathing?
Theoretically.
30 seconds.
For a little bit. Okay, so do you see there is a limitation? You can only slow it down so much. And you can only speed it up so much. So you see there's a limitation to this one. That's why we have a third option. What is our third option? Renal, okay. So here's our third option. We're gonna go to the renal system. And if I'm having an acidosis problem, I'm going to ask the kidneys to all right, got an acidosis problem, I got too much acid. What am I gonna ask the kidney to secrete?
Oh, we just went over this.
We hit a wall somewhere.
Yeah,
It's an invisible wall, we all just ran into it.
Yeah, gotta get over the hump.
Okay, hydrogen ions. Ammonia.
They got hydrogen ions. So what can the kidney do with hydrogen ions? Can it pee them out?
Yeah.
We did hit a wall. We collectively hit a wall here.
Yeah.
What happened?
Help me. Help me.
Okay, what's
Help
that?
me.
Help me, Rhonda.
The kidneys
No.
are-
There's two in here. One of you better help.
Rhonda.
It's terrible.
Where are we?
That's just, yeah,
Brian, I've seen.
it's just like the brain this way.
You know what that was? Your short-term memory, you were making all the links and you just ran out. It's like we were right on a board, just ran out of the room, like, there's no room.
And ammonia plays into that somehow.
Ammonia produced by the renal cells helps transport hydrogen ions to the outside of the body.
That's what I said. I agree.
Now,
No.
That's not enough.
the ammonia will influence the pH, but what we're doing here is we're actually going to increase secretion secretion of hydrogen ions, H+. Okay, because the kidney can actually take those, take them out of blood, put them into the urine. And eventually when you release the urine, the hydrogen ions will come out through urine. So that's a way out. That will help with an acidosis. Over here, if I get this alkalosis, well, I don't want to release these, I want to retain. Okay, so we're going to retain hydrogen ions. So we can force them out, or we can retain them.
Excuse me.
Now, overall, we have to keep our range. This is normal blood pH. Is this the normal pH in the stomach?
No.
In the small intestine?
No. I thought
Oh,
you're all
there's some
right.
acid.
Well, eventually it will get there, but remember, with these alkaline substances to get to this point.
Yeah, I think that's a problem, like,
But this is the blood value. So, we have chemical buffers, better write that down. These are all in green, chemical buffers. How long does it take for these to work? The chemical buffers? They're instantaneous. Then we get into respiratory.
Minute.
All right, so just a few minutes, it will make a significant change.
24 hours.
And then down here to renal. This takes many, many hours. Some people believe 24 hours before it's significant. So when we see the respiratory system engaged, you're not gonna be able to look at them and go, oh, I see your chemical buffers are running low. But you will walk in there and see their ventilation rate be significantly different. Like, what have you been doing? Watching cable TV?
Well,
What kind of show you been watching? Judge Judy. Okay. Judge Judy isn't that exciting. Why are you breathing so heavy? Okay, so, I mean, everybody has their own tendency, but anyway. So do you understand? You're gonna see this one. Now listen, if this respiratory system has changed, okay, that could be an underlying pH. So it's underneath and it's going to get worse probably. So that's our moment to move. Like if we've seen the respiratory change, we have a chance here to intervene. If we let it get out of control, then guess what? Their pH is going to shift. And there is a point of no return. 6.8, buddy. You hit 6.8. That's the line. You go to 6.7, you're toast. Done. That's it. And then on this one, we got a limit. Is it 8.35?
Yeah.
What is it?
That sounds great.
It's in there in the chapter. Doing that acid base chapter. Chapter 21. I'm getting lightheaded. I've been up here too long.
Oh, you better slow it down.
It's at the very end of the chapter.
Are we not doing 23?
Oh, whatever. We gotta bring that fetal circulation.
6.8 or 8?
8.0. This is page 8.
824.
8.0. Yeah, look at me, if I would've been on there. It's fine, as long as it's below 83. Why are they convulsing? Okay, so 8.0. So those are our point of no returns. Okay, you will not make it. So this is key, reading that, that's why we come in and what we do. We take vitals and we get a count. If the people helping you are just slacking off, writing down stuff, you know what I mean? You're gonna miss that window.
That never happens at a long-term care
No.
facility.
Oh,
Never.
I mean, these people are disciplined working in a facility like that. I mean, all they wanna do is work. They're workaholics.
Yeah. So play on TV.
You know what I mean? You can't stop them from working. You say, you can have a smoke break, they're like, oh no, we gotta stop working. Take a smoke. I would never do that. I'm a working machine. They work so hard at not working, that's the
Yeah.
incredible part.
Work hard at